If you're a recording session guitar player, you come into a studio and you hear a song that you've never heard before, and you decide how it's going to become a record. And sometimes somebody has recorded a demonstration of it that either is or is not the way they want it to be done. But for the most part, you're essentially composing a part. So it's not something I ever thought about when I was sitting home learning to play guitar. I was trying to figure out how to play what somebody else played. If it's, you know. Now, you know, George wrote that into the song, and Here Comes the Sun. And you know, we did a record on Keith Whitley called No Stranger to the Rain, and we had to come up with something in the front of it, and we just made up a little. It was just a silly little lick, and it only has to happen 1 or 2 times in the song, but it's just a sort of a fanfare to let you know the song's starting. And I guess what I would have you think about as you play the guitar, you're mostly trying to emulate a sound, and that involves you listening as much as it does you playing. Use your ears, because there's so many attack sources. I mean, there's the meat of the thumb is a warm thing, the back of the nail. And then, of course, you got all the things with it. You got the pick. I play with razor blades. I play with pencils in the studio. You use your ears and decide what it is that the song needs. I've played with feathers. I've taped before I knew there was such a thing as digital delay, or doubling. When I didn't have a way to double, I would take 2 picks and stick some duct tape in between the 2 picks, and so it would sound like 2 guitars at the same time. That's poor man's gear, but it's all because of listening. And if you listen to what you and your friends are doing, it will help you do something better in concert with your friends. And you're always going to want to play, you know, along with records until you learn how to play records, and then you're going to play with your friends, and you want to learn to play in time. You know, they used to practice with a metronome. Now there's all sorts of drum machines and loops to help you play in time. But listen. That's really the main thing, I think, is listening.